Kazuki Takahashi, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, is dead. Now, this is probably my 5th, maybe 6th time trying to record this video, and my thoughts have just been all over the place. So if I lose my train of thought, or this just ends up being a rant, stick with me, because I want to tell you how the game means to me. But before I do so, I just want to say that I'm so surprised how much his passing has affected me. I had tears, genuine tears, for someone I never met, someone who doesn't even know I exist. But the impact the game has had on me is unparalleled to any other series. First off, let me give you a little bit of background info on me. I used to have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel about 8, maybe 9 years ago. And eventually it got deleted due to copyright strikes. And, that's fine. I was young back then. Had about 420 subscribers, give or take 10. And, I had no idea how easy it is for the copyright system to be abused. But I just stopped making videos. Still enjoyed being part of the community. Back then there were a lot of classic YouTubers, whether it was your Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel, Galactic God, Underworld 6667. All these guys really helped the community thrive. To think that the man who started it all is no longer with us it's beyond sad. Now, I've watched multiple videos by many other great YouTubers, but I couldn't help escape the feeling that they lacked some type of personalness. And that's what I want to do today. I want to give you my insights, my take, my experience. And, for a while, I've been debating whether or not I should even make a video in the first place. But I figured it was the least I could do to honor his memory. So, the first thing I want to talk about is my first memory of the game. I remember being introduced to the show through 4Kids. As horrible as some of their censorship was, you cannot deny Dan Green's incredible performance as both the Yugi and the Pharaoh. And for all its faults, I still love that series to this day. Yes, the original 4Kids version. I've never seen the Japanese version of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! But now I'm thinking I'll give it a try. But anyway, I was first introduced to the show through 4Kids. And I loved the show so much that I remember waking up early every morning in elementary school, just waiting for a new episode or rerun. I remember watching recordings of it on VHS. Yes, VHS. And eventually I got a little bit older. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX came out, and I remember running home from school. Well, maybe not running exactly, but rushing to get home nice and early so I could watch the new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And I remember being as young as 2nd grade. There was this kid in my class who had Little Karibo, and being a big fan of the series. And I took it home with me. And I made a photocopy of the card because I liked the card so much. My grandpa told me, hey, just make a photocopy of the card and give it to him. And I was so young and stupid, I actually thought that would work. And I went to school the next day giving the photocopy On both sides, mind you. I wasn't that stupid. I made sure to photocopy both sides. Put a little tape and gave it to him. Of course, I failed miserably. I mean, I to this day, I don't even know why I thought that would even remotely work. And the year after that, I remember there was a kid in my class that had Obelisk the Tormentor. And I wanted that card so badly. And, you know, on the weekends, I'd walk to the post office with my grandpa. And there was this really, really sweet Japanese shop that sold the God cards for $5 a piece. I mean, looking back then, it was incredible because they were only $5. But of course, I had no idea they were fake cards. But you know, live and learn. That was my go-to place. Yu-Gi-Oh was everywhere. Toys R Us, random shops. And sure, you get ripped off for you know, those counterfeit cards. But man, you were a kid. You were just happy to play the game. The game just brought so much joy. Brought strategy, brought friendships. You know, just people that you would have normally never met or even talked to. Just seeing them play the game, having that same interest, just brought you closer to people. Especially in middle school. Fast forward to middle school, man, I was in love with the game. I absolutely was in love with the game. I was watching so many YouTubers back then. I was rewatching the series. I was bringing my cards to school. I was trading. I was strategizing. I was playing the Game Boy Advance games. I was playing the DS games. I mean, I was even playing the games on Wii. And to this day, it's a shame we never got the dual transfer object. In case you don't know, there was this thing on the Wii that was supposed to read your real life Yu-Gi-Oh cards and scan them into the game. That might have been too advanced tech back then, but yeah, I'm still disappointed in that. Anyway, the game has such an impact, and it wasn't until high school, either my freshman or sophomore year, where Zexal came out, or Zeal, maybe for the purists. To me, it's always Zexal. Zexal just sounds cooler, but Zeal came out, and that's when I started losing interest in the show. But you know, I still had a passion for the series, and you know, back then the whole Yu-Gi-Oh community on YouTube was just competitive video after competitive video. You know, I remember I was one of the first guys to just focus solely on the anime. And I'm just happy there are so many other YouTubers since then that have filled that void in the community. Because let's keep it real. As much as we all love the game, we don't love it all the time. It's a love-hate relationship. We go in and out. But getting the hit of nostalgia, getting those memories flooding back from the anime, there's nothing else like it. And if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for listening to the ramblings of some random guy on YouTube. And please, subscribe. I didn't make this video just to pay my tributes to the man, but also to dedicate this channel to creating specifically Yu-Gi-Oh content. Once again, I'm going to try to refrain from using footage so I don't have to worry about, you know, getting a copyright strike. But I love the game. I love the game. It's changed my life for the better. The people I've met, the friendships I formed. It might sound cliche or corny, but to think that someone so influential in your life, someone who had such an impact on your life, is gone. It's really heartbreaking. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. Yu-Gi-Oh content is on the way. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. Let me know how he impacted your lives in the comments. I will read every comment, so don't worry. Thank you, Kazuki Takahashi. Thank you for creating a game that has lasted so long. Thank you for influencing my childhood for the better. Thank you for introducing me to people I've never would have met otherwise. And thank you. And thank you for changing the world for the better. You may be gone, but not forgotten. May you rest peacefully in the afterlife. You've earned it. Rest in peace, Kazuki Takahashi. Rest in peace.